Well, the name of the business is La Belle Fleur Floral Boutique. We specialize in everything to do with flowers.
I really wanted something different. This is a really nice neighborhood in Surrey, and I wanted to have it accessible for wheelchairs and for baby carriages. I'm a visual artist by trade, history, however you want to call it. So anything to do with design and color and texture, anything like that. Floral design is just another extension of it. It could be painting, sketching, but floral design is just another art. Customer relations are everything. Customer contact. Flowers really have so much emotion drawn just naturally by them, whether it's joy or sadness. We're there for our customers no matter what occasion it may be. We have handmade jewelry, handmade cards, photographers who come in with their work as well. So we like to support the local artisan community within our shop. So we have trained designers. All of our designers are trained one-on-one, and they've come a long way. Education is a key component for us. We like to share what we know for the next generation of florists because we want to make sure that this keeps on going.
Here we go with game number 2. All right. So here we go with game number 2. Bell in the circle for hostess. Bear with me for a second. It's a little disorganized here at the moment while I get this everything up and running. Jessica Nemo at the plate. And it's a 3-0 count on Nemo. Runners on board with a walk. Going to have a guest commentator join us shortly as soon as they get all set. So there is one away, one runner on. Lindsay Bell in the circle. Pitch is high. And that's Lisa Liebert at the plate. 24. Not sure if that actually is Alyssa Liebert. Number 24 had the made a mistake on the graphics. I'm not sure. There's one runner on, there's one away. The count is 1-0. Called strike.
This looks like. Carroll.
And that's flipped over to 2, and they go for the double play, but no, don't get it. So, but they do get the out at second one here. So there is 2 away now. And that brings up I'm not sure who that is. Can't see the number from where I'm sitting, and I don't have a copy of the lineup. See, that's number 9. Caitlin Ayers. So 2 away.
Okay, so these are down. What? Who are the numbers from? The numbers top to bottom.
Pitch is high. Throw over to 1. The 2-0 count on the batter. Fouled off. And out of play. So it is a 2-1 count now on Caitlin Ayers. Now pitch. And the runner will advance over to 2. Fouled up.
I'll just take phonetically what they are. Number 11, Jessica
It is a 3-1 or 3-2 count. Pitch is high. Walk surrender. 2 runners on with 2 outs. Having trouble finding the zone. And that brings up number 7, Kirsten Norris. Counts 0-1. Change up in for a strike. 1-1 count, or 1-2 count now on the, sorry, 0-2 count. 0-2 count on the batter. Base hit, fly ball, and caught by Caitlin Bradley C. What a nice catch. And that will do it for the top of the first. Nice catch by Caitlin Bradley C. She was running backwards and extended her arm and made the catch. And it will be Mia Vault leading things off here in the bottom of the first. Who's pitching, do you know? I can't see the number from here.
So it's Kenzie Benner.
Like number 10. Candy Venner in the circle. And Mia Valk at the plate. First pitch, bunts, foul. Ball is low, to 1-1 count now involved. And that is a fair ball. And that could be a triple. She's stretching it to 3. That is a triple for Mia Valk. Brings up number 21, Kiona Northwest. So none out. Runner in scoring position on third. Pitch is high. And the run comes in to score. Just like that.
What's that? No, I can get it, sorry.
It's a 2-0 count. UBC has put a run on the board on the wild pitch. That's Northwest at the plate. Northwest is on board with a walk. Anna Hansen at the plate. Northwest on first. Still none out. Shea Severs on deck. Throw down to 2. Gets away. And makes it all the way to third base. Just let me know when you're ready for the microphone.
I'm very close.
And that is Hannah Hansen at the plate. Called strike. Pitch is outside. So the count is 2-1. And that's in for a strike. So it's a 2-2 count now on Hannah Hansen. Pitch is high. And the run comes in to score on the wild pitch. And it's a 3-2 count. This is Shea Sever at the plate. You ready for the mic?
Is it here? This one?
Yep. You want a second one?
We'll try to talk about it with that. How did Hannah Hansen get out? Do you know how Hannah got out?
Pardon me?
Hannah Hansen, how did she get out?
Hannah Hansen's walked.
Oh, okay.
It's a 2-1 count.
When you
on
let go,
Shea Sever.
just take your hand off, it'll go away. Oh, did you hit the black one? Yeah, just hit it again. Just hit the blue one again.
It's a 3-1 count. And called strike 3-2. You ready?
Yeah, I'll jump in next hitter.
Fouled away.
$60-61. Thanks, son. I'm gonna do the same with Lindsay. Not a very good seat.
Sever's on board with a walk.
Well, if you're just signing on, welcome to Collings Field at Nobel Park here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Welcome to the Americans, families, friends who are tuned in from watching their players play for the Carroll College Fighting Saints, and they're being hosted by the University of British Columbia Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds took the first game of 3 today. That's not a typo. We're playing 3 by a score of 2-0, and UBC in the bottom half of the first inning, after Carroll did not play any runs in the top of the first in this game number 2, UBC has jumped into a 2-0 lead and now has the bases loaded with nobody out, so they are still threatening. Kennedy Venner is on the mound. She throws a fastball about 60-61 miles an hour, according to our technical expert. And the left-handed hitting Caitlin Kim is at the plate for UBC. I said the bases were loaded. That's my bad. Bases are, it's first and second for UBC, and Caitlin Kim is the number 5 hitter. So they've gone triple by Mia Volk, scored on a passed ball. Keona Norquist and Hannah Hansen both walked. Shea Seaver, sorry, yeah, that's right. Norquist walked after Volk scored on the pass ball, and then Norquist wound up scoring on a wild pitch thrown while Hannah Hansen was at bat. So that leaves the two batters, 1 and 2 hitters scoring, and the 3, 4, and 5 have all drawn walks. That's 4 walks in a row, and some of the
Now it's loaded up.
some of the Corbin College group came up here to follow this team, and they're not overly happy with those calls. They were pretty close pitches. Gabby Dorvell comes to the plate now, left-handed hitting catcher. She plays third base as well for UBC. Gabby watches as she should. When 4 batters ahead of you walk, then you should take until at least the umpire calls the first strike. Take advantage of the pitcher's couple of moments where she's not finding a strike, so don't do her any favors. That's going to fly ball to left field. This is going to be interesting because she's charging. Is she going to send the runner? Jen McKellar sends her and draws the throw, and wisely returning is Hannah Hansen. And that's exactly what you want to do. Don't give them any breaks. The left fielder was charging, so there's a good chance she could have thrown out Hannah Hansen had she scored. But Hansen tagged up properly, faked like she was going to go home, because what if that left fielder had thrown the ball by the catcher, or it threw it over her head? Then we could have scored a run. So that's what you do. Good job, Hannah Hansen. Off the bat, Gabby Dorvell thought she had a sacrifice fly.
Oh, I never. I thought your microphone was off there for a second.
Okay, is it working? Okay. Good swing and a miss by Arsh Barjois, left fielder for UBC. Arsh, I just find Arsh and Caitlin Kim, 2 batters that just seem to get better every game. Not every week or 2 weeks. They're really coming on quickly. Good swing. That's going to be a short, easy pop-up, but not so easy because the third baseman wasn't able to get there, and coming across to save the day was Katie Slater. And that saved probably 2 runs, because if that ball landed the way it was spinning, it would have pool cued over to the left field fence easily. Well, that's a big play for the Fighting Saints. That's 2 outs now with the bases still loaded for the T-Birds. If he drove here from Carroll College, you would have been in the car about 12 hours. It's directly south. It's about as far as the UBC team travels. There's 11 teams. UBC is the only Canadian team, and the rest of the teams in the Cascade Conference are in the Idaho, Montana, Washington, Montana bracket. So UBC puts on a lot of miles to have the privilege of playing in this league. Strike 3, high and in. Great location on that pitch by Kennedy Venner. She threw it up and in, striking out Barjois, who took some mighty cuts, so it took some guts to go in on her, because you go inside on her and she gets that bat head out there, you're going to be sorry. Oh, was Caitlin Engel last time? What did Barjois? Oh, Barjois hit the pop-up to third, yes. Sorry, we're just kind of getting settled here. Barjois hit that soft pop-up that was caught by the shortstop behind the third baseman, which was a much tougher play than it looked like off the bat. Looked like it was going to be a room service pop-up to third base. But she really had to move far, and luckily the shortstop covered up for her and got that. So, after 1 complete inning, UBC is ahead. They were able to score 3 runs on 1 hit. That was the leadoff triple by Volk. And we will start the 2nd inning for Carroll. I say Corbin because we just played Corbin 3 times in our last series of games, so let me get over that hump and change my voice to say Carroll College. Lindsay Bell is on the mound for the UBC Thunderbirds, and Amy Davidson, the catcher, will be the leadoff hitter for the Carroll College Fighting Saints. These teams are going to play 3 today because the original schedule had them playing 2 today and then 2 more tomorrow. But Coach McKellar and the UBC team ground ball to third base. Should be a easy throw to first on that one hopper. Well done by Caitlin Norquist. It's always good to get that first pitch and out if you're the pitcher. And the percentages of scoring after that are incredibly, it's like a run less possible than if you get your first runner on. You're more likely to score a run by about a 2-to-1 margin. Haley Kemka's at the plate now. She's listed as the DP in the lineup. And it's kind of like a DH. She hits from the pitcher's spot, more or less. High fly ball, but it's going to stay in the back of the infield. Backing up was Caitlin Kim. KK snags it for the second out of the inning. 2 outs and 3 pitches, Thomas. That's a good recipe for success, don't you think? Thomas, we won't say our last name.
A lot less pitches than the first inning.
Yeah, that's right. We're both Thomases, so he goes by Thomas, and I call him Thomas Octopus. And I'm Tommy V, and we'll leave it at that. And the person that does everything else is Paula. So that's your team bringing this game to you today. It's our pleasure. We're glad you tuned in, especially the families. It's such a long way to come. They can't get to see him. And the stream is better than nothing, but when Thomas Bell does the stream, it's a lot better than nothing. He's got 4 cameras here. That's why I call him Octopus. He's got like 8 arms. He's always plugging in wires and carrying cables and doing the replays and everything else. There's his center fielder camera right there. There's a good example. Now we go to the home plate camera. Ball's up and out. Collings Field, if you ever get a chance to come here, for those who tuned in, it's in a beautiful setting. It's in Westbrook Mall area. It's right on the adjacent or butted up against the UBC campus. And you can see the gorgeous outfield. You don't need a hitter's eye here because the Mother Nature took care of that. High ball. And that goes from right field pole to left field pole. You get out of the right field pole and there's an arboretum. It's beautiful. It's really well cared for, especially in the spring. It's all of every color you can imagine. And then behind the arboretum is 6 apartment buildings that are 6 floors high. And they've all got balconies looking at the field. So fans are up there watching for free and enjoying it. What a great thing to have outside of your balcony as a ball game. In the summertime, when the T-Birds aren't playing, then the local leagues, baseball and softball, will play here. So be a nice thing to have.
Full count.
Fouled off again. You saw Lindsay Bell looking at her wrist there. The players on the UBC team all wear a wristband. This is becoming more and more common in sports like this, where the catcher just doesn't put down a finger for one meaning fastball. She might give her 3 fingers, and it may be 3, 2, 1, and then she can look on her code like she's right now on her sleeve. Okay, 3, 2, 1. That's a fastball. Here we go. So the other team can never pick up the signs. Another foul ball. What a battle here by Ellie Kerber. How many pitches in this at bat, Thomas? Do you have that recorded? Is this about 7 right now? The number of pitches in this at bat? Or do we know that? Strike 3. Just like the Kennedy Venter did, she went up high. Lindsay was down at the knees, and then boom. It's just a different plane coming in there. And her 62-mile-an-hour fastball was good enough for strike 3. Good at bat by Ellie Kerber, and those two are going to have some good battles throughout today that you are going to get to enjoy. This game is the middle game of the day. There's usually about 30 minutes between the games, so they can, dry out the field, drag it, get all the bumps and footprints out of the way so we have a fresh field to start. The weather here is about, well, it's the kind of weather where when you talk, the smoke comes out of your mouth. So, you need at least a hoodie or some long sleeves. Temperature would be, what do you think, technician? 8 degrees Celsius. For those south of the 49th parallel and you want to get Celsius converted to Fahrenheit, basically you just times it by 2 and add 32. It's not exact, but that'll get you there. So the math class of the day, 8 times 2 is 16, plus 32 makes about 48 degrees in your terms. We'll get to the kilometers versus miles section later. We're beginning the bottom of the second inning. UBC Thunderbirds had 8 hitters go to the plate in the first inning, plating 3 runs. And leading off will be CBC, the center fielder. CBC stands for Caitlin Bradley C. It's got the hyphenated last name, and it's TSE, but it's pronounced C, and it just sounds like CBC. And for the benefit of our American friends, CBC is a very common acronym in Canada. It's our television station. Beautiful play. Alyssa Libbert picked it up, but she knew the runner and she didn't hurry. She planted her feet, threw a rocket across the infield to get Bradley C out by just a step. Back to the top of the lineup now for the T-Birds. This is Mia Volk. Volk hit it to the opposite side her first time up. She sliced a line drive. That ball's foul. Sliced a hard line drive over the first baseman's head and turned it into a triple. Volk then scored on a passed ball while Keona Nordquist was at the plate. Nordquist walked, stole second. There was an errant throw, so she took third base on that same play. And a few pitches later, she scored on a wild pitch. That gave the UBC Thunderbirds a 2-0 lead. Volk drops a single into left field, just over the stretching left fielder's glove. So the leadoff hitter does what leadoff hitters should do, is get herself on base again. So after Norquist, Hannah Hansen and Shea Sever both drew walks, and Caitlin Kim drew a walk to load the bases. However, Gabby Dorvell flew out, and Arsh Barjois reached base but didn't score, as the final out of the inning was Caitlin Ing's strikeout. So that brings us to the point we're at today. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Mia Volk singled, she's on first base, and Keona Nordquist, who's leading the team in hitting this year. She's had a fantastic season. Her and Volk are kind of neck and neck, but Nordquist has had about twice as many at-bats and still holding a .430 batting average. Bit of a long swing for her. I think she decided late to swing at that. The home run she hit in the first game was certainly not a long swing. Hit it, and everyone in the park knew it was out of here on contact. This pitcher-catcher combination. The pitcher is Kennedy Venner, and the catcher is Annie Davidson. They don't just go east-west, they go north-south on the hitters. They like to put it at different heights. Nordquist knew it when she let it go by. A backwards K if you're scoring, that means a strikeout without swinging. Double H is at the plate. Hannah Hansen walked her first time up, reached third, but didn't get that last 60 feet to score. There's a fly ball in the center field. Backing up and catching it is Jessica Nemo, 3 outs. And that's the kind of inning that Carroll was looking for after that first inning when 8 UBC players reached home plate. No runs on no hits for the T-Birds. We head into the third inning with the T-Birds having 3 on the board and the Fighting Saints still with a goose egg up there. The score of the first game today was 2-0 final score. It went right to the end. Very close game. And we have a third game for you. And thanks to Thomas Octopus, you're going to get the pleasure of being able to watch that as well. He'll be running around replacing batteries. I've seen that act before. Run to the 7-Eleven, do what's got to be done.
I can't hear from this side.
I'm talking about your amazing what you do and how you get all these things keeping going with batteries and things like that.
Well, I do bring a few extra batteries so I can run the entire system if necessary, just on battery power.
Of all the receipts that I'm sure you've dropped on the door of the athletic department, how many of those batteries have been reimbursed?
Did you want the other microphone now?
Want the mic, Paula? We'll get her in the third game. We'll do a little mom interview. Mom of a senior. Yeah, after the ceremony, that'll be a good thing.
I think this is Katie Slater at the plate.
Hard hit ball down the third base line. Clubbed by Katie Slater, the shortstop. That's a catchy one. I'm going to be eating dinner tonight saying to myself, Slater, Slater, Katie Slater. She's got a crouch up a stance. She looks like Pete Rose back in the days. Yeah, she approaches things differently. She's got a very aggressive, confident look about her. She gets in that box, locked and loaded. It looks like she's not wondering if she's going to hit it. It looks like she's wondering where I'm going to hit it. She seems very confident. And she hit it to the second baseman. Should be a quick flip to first, and the second out of the inning already. Or excuse me, first out of the inning. Slater grounds out to second base. Caitlin Kim grabs that and flips over to UBC's first baseman. Caitlin Ng over there.
Who's this? Who's the batter? You know?
Next batter coming up is well, we go to the top of the order. That's going to be Amber Brewer, number 3. Brewer hits a fly ball, boy. Talk about positioning. UBC's center fielder.
Caitlin Ng with the catch, center field.
Oh, was Ng in center field now? I thought CBC
Just
was
like
out
that.
there.
Just like that, two-way.
But that's what you do. You watch the hitters hit all game long. What are their patterns? Get set up where they're likely to hit the ball, and you can just stand there and wait for it to get to you like she just did. Yeah, Ng's at first base.
I think that's Jessica Nemo at the plate.
Nemo walked her first time up. She reached second, but was stranded there in the top of the first inning. It's going to be a tough play. Kim got in there quick, and a quick flip to first, and 1-2-3 for UBC. And 1-2-3 means no outs and no runs for the Carroll College Fighting Saints in the top of the third inning. NAIA Cascade Conference softball plays a full 7 innings. There's a mercy rule. It's I think better stated as a run rule, where if one team gets an 8-run or more lead after 5 complete innings, that game will be ended right at that spot. So Lindsay Bell has yet to give up a hit here in her first 3 innings. She's off to a great start. Shea Sever pitched a complete game for the T-Birds in game 1, scoring a W. The league stats, I'm sure I have them. Like the league standings, I had all the teams' wins and losses, but I don't see them in this stack. I don't know where it is. Oh, I need this one. Yeah, it's just the standings of the league. It should look different than every other page. No, that was our lineup. There's a slicing line drive. That's going to stay fair, and it gets by a diving left fielder. Heck of an attempt out there by Kirsten Norris. And leading off with a double is Shea Sever, the pitcher we were just talking about. She can do it with her right hand, and she can do it with her bat. Those balls, whenever a ball is hit, baseball or softball, if it's hit between the corner outfielders and the line, in that case the left fielder and the left field line, the ball always 100% for the rest of Isaac Newton's theories, it'll always tail towards the line. If it's a lefty, it slices. If it's a righty, it hooks. And the same thing applies to right fielders. So have to get that thought immersed in kids' ages young. If you're the left fielder and it's hit to your right, don't run to where you think it's going to land. Run past that because it's going to slice right towards that baseline. Nice bunt by Kim. That'll advance the runner to third, and Kim will be safe herself. So Kim's going to get on by a fielder's choice. The defense picked up the ball. They might not have thrown her out, but because they chose to get the advancing runner, Shea Sever, from second to third, the hit that could have been a hit for Caitlin Kim will be a fielder's choice. But hey, her job was to move the runner, and she did a perfect job. High pitch, that won't score Sever, come off the screen too hard, but trotting down to second base goes Caitlin Kim. I think I just didn't print it. It won't be in there. That's from last year sometime. But I do have it on my computer. I'll get it between you. Watching the pitch right in, Gabby Dorval didn't really appreciate the call. She had a good look at it. It's a really good idea for a hitter. When you take pitches, watch the ball into the catcher's mitt. Don't show up the umpire and move your head dramatically, but it's just a good habit because you want to watch the ball hit your bat when you're hitting. Oh, Gabby Dorval rips it only about 3 or 4 feet foul. That would have been a 2-run double with ease. Dorval is a player that can hit it down the left field line, even though she's a left-handed hitter, but she can also pull it if you maybe go inside changeup or something. She has the ability to pull the ball and hit it hard as well. Second strike on Dorval. The job in this situation is to put the ball in place. Simple as that. Well, it sounds simple. When you're the person in the batter's box, it's quite a bit tougher. Change up, got to her. Boy, that had a lot of drop to it. You could kind of tell pitcher did slow her arm down. That's Kennedy Venner out there, number 10. But it just had so much drop. That ball dropped easily 3 feet, and Kim wasn't able to catch up to it. Now, with the 2-0 deficit, I'd be very careful pitching to Arsh Barjwa because she has power, and there's a runner on third. I would keep it down at the knees. That's going to do the job. It'll score a run, but that's exactly what Arsh Barjwa was hoping to do, is score the run from third base. Sever comes in to score. Scores 3-1 now for UBC. Advancing to third base is Caitlin Kim. Kim reached on a fielder's choice when she attempted to sacrifice bunch Sever to third, and they decided to go for Sever versus Kim. The very next pitch was thrown to the screen, and now with that grounder to the right side, KK is on third base hoping to score. 2 outs. Caitlin Eng, the first baseman for UBC, left-handed hitting hitter. She hit a soft pop-up in the first inning when the rally was still going. It looked like a can of corn for the third baseman, but she didn't backpedal fast enough for the shortstop to come over and rescued her from probably a 2-run hit. Nice level swing there by Eng. Sorry, Barjois hit that pop-up. Eng struck out her first time up. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. It was 2-0 for UBC at the beginning of this bottom of the third. It's now 3-0. 2 out and a potential run at third base in Caitlin Kim. Change of speeds. Boy, they've got notice of jams and really good chemistry between that catcher and pitcher. They really are in sync with each other. So UBC scores a run on one hit, making the score 3-0 for UBC after 3 complete innings. UBC has 3 runs and 2 hits in their inning, but they've struck out 4 times. Kennedy's has some good ideas with her catcher what to do when he gets to be 2 strikes. On the other side of the ball, Lindsay Bell has not given up a hit yet. She's given up, let's count them here. We got a line out, a pair of fly outs, a ground out, a pop out, so 3 in the air, 4 on the ground, a couple of strikeouts, and a grounder to second base. So nice balance there. 4 fly balls, 4 ground balls. Lindsay has come a long way. The pitching staff didn't get her the ball last year very much, but as the season went on, she kind of became the go-to, and she worked very hard over the summer, and she comes back this year throwing very hard. Oh yeah, we got her already. Okay, yeah, I thought it was new pitcher. Yeah, Bell was timed earlier this game about 62 miles an hour. Pitchers are 45 feet out, maybe not even, maybe 43. Do you know, Thomas, how far the pitching distance is in this softball level? 41, 45? 45?
43, sorry.
43, thank you. How many kilometers is that? Well, we got 3 games, so we have to have some fillers. So we're going to educate. I've done the Celsius to Fahrenheit. That might be the next measure. Alyssa Libbert draws a walk to lead off the 4th inning. At the plate now is Caitlin Ayers, first baseman. Another crouch stance. The strike in the rule book is defined as from the top of the knees to the bottom of the letters, but you can't sort of crouch yourself and make your strike zone smaller. If you see a strike called and you think it's high, it's because if she was standing straight up, now her hands are up. That's a little bit different now. But if they stay in the crouch, the strike zone remains the same. So some people will say, come on, umpire, that was high. Well, it's not high because they're exaggerating the crouch part. Alyssa Libbert on first base. Caitlin Ayers batting. First baseman for Fighting Saints. Oh, good swing. She was all over that. Really good level swing. Just hit the top of the bat and therefore deflected into the backstop. When you see a hitter hit a ball straight back like that, don't ever throw them the same pitch, because what they just told you is they had everything perfect. They were just about an inch or 2 below the ball. Change up. Throw a change of speeds this time. She threw it. Down pitch, different location too. Making the count 2-2. shot to right center field. That's going to go to the fence. Will they score a run on this? Here comes the relay. It goes over the cutoff man. Volk is the double tandem, but has no chance. And it sends the runner to second base, and it's suddenly a 3-1 ball game. The kid that just hit that double, Ambers, what did she do her first time out? Anyone know? I just completely missed that bat the first inning.
So it's Kristen Norris at the plate.
No, the one that just hit the double. She walked the first time? Okay, thank you.
We are here in the top of the fourth.
So Ambers throws a log on the fire into the dugout of the Carroll College Fighting Saints. She has reached base both times. No one else can say that facing Lindsay Bell, only her. With a walk the first time and a run scoring double that time. At the plate now, Kirsten Norris. Norris hit a deep fly ball to center field. Her first time up. It ended the inning, but it looked like it might have been gone off the bat. Kind of a heavy cold air here. That's another one up in the air, but it should be caught. Should be the third baseman that takes it. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, whenever you can call off your pitcher, it's always a good idea. The pitcher has so much on her mind. A simple thing like a pop-up becomes a difficult thing. But you want her wanting the ball. But I would have liked to see the third baseman just simply call her off. Get out of there, pitcher. Let me do some work here.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Soft line drive that's going to get into the hole. And the second run scores now for Carroll College. It moves Norris to second base on that line drive single to right center field by Andy Davidson. Still nobody out. Now back to that pop-up. I am not a coach, and I don't agree with coaches that say never let a pitcher catch a pop. Pitchers are athletes; they know how to catch pop-ups. But in the heat of a battle like this, middle of the game, one-run game, when a corner person can take it, the corner person should definitely take it. So Davidson hit the.
That'll be Shelby Kemple coming in.
Yeah, the UBC Thunderbirds are going to make a pitching change. Number 17, Shelby Kemple, one of the seniors being honored this weekend, will take the mound. Bell had an excellent outing today. We'll wait till the inning is over because the runners on base, when you're doing scoring, they are attributed to Bell. So if, even though Kemple is pitching, if runs score those two runners on first and second, they would be attributed to Lindsay Bell since they reached base when she was pitching. So we draw the line. But up to this point in the game, Lindsay Bell only allowed two hits. That line drive was the second one, both in this inning. Hey, the Kemka is the player about to take the plate for the Fighting Saints. There's nobody out, and here's how the inning is transpired. Alyssa Libert drew a walk. Caitlin Ayers lined a shot to right center field. Libert scored on the play. And then Kirsten Norris popped one up, and it was kind of a miscommunication in the UBC infield. The ball was dropped. Put a second run across. No RBI there since it was on an air. And then the last hitter that Bell faced was Andy Davidson, and Davidson hit a line shot to right center field for a single. And now the score is UBC 3, and Carroll 4. Oh no, that's inning is 4. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say 3-2 for UBC. Scoreboard, you have to look through a couple of posts from where we're sitting, so I was missing some of the lights. All right, Haley Kemka, who popped out to the second baseman in her first at bat in this game. As Kempo looks at the pitch call on her sleeve, trying to go up higher and maybe get her to pop one out. Makes the count 1-1. Just inside. Shelby has missed close in 3 different places. It's a 3-0 count with Kemka. With nobody out there, probably have her take the. Oh no, it's a 2-1. They did call a strike on that. So no, she won't necessarily be taking here. Low and off the plate, and catcher Olivia. That's not Olivia. That's Gabby Dorval. Pass ball to Dorval. That makes it runners on second and third, and it was also ball 4. No, it wasn't. She's still up.
It's a 3-1 count.
3-1 count on Haley Kemka. She's going to get a juicy fastball here. Is she ready for it? Oh, she got a changeup. Good call on the catcher combination. Gabby Dorval and with a 3-1 count, a hitter normally is expecting a fastball. That's why she pulled that, because it was a changeup, came in slower, and her bat made contact out past the normal point of contact. A little less exit speed on the bat if you're one of those analytics metrics people. And the runner didn't score. So, very good call by the UBC catcher, Gabby Dorval. Ellie Kerber, number 74, is in the box. She struck out the first time she hit. That was in the bottom of the second inning. Now she's batting with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here comes the runner from third on the wild pitch, and the runner will score. There's 1 out in the inning right now. That ties the score 3-3. A couple of wild pitches and a pass ball have given Carroll the opportunity to stay out of a double play situation and get into scoring position. 3 runners have scored. Right at the knees, Shelby Kemple goes with her changeup. Another changeup. Called a ball. She didn't look like her arm was about to go up there, but I think she kind of changed her mind, so that would make the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Everything does. Ground ball, foul. Only about 3 feet from bringing home another run and taking the lead from UBC. Ellie Kerbert's the one at the plate. She now has a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 1 out. What you want to do here as a hitter with 1 out is just put the ball in play. Don't worry about what side of the infield or whether it's a ground ball or a fly ball. Just put it in play, and the runner on third will probably go on contact, I would expect. It'd be really tough to get out of home plate. High pitch, wild pitch, but the runner decides there's only 1 out. I have other ways I can score.
Okay, Shells, just you and Gabby.
Full count now to Ellie Kerber.
Right to Gabby, Shelby.
Carroll College's second baseman. Facing relief pitcher, Shelby Kemple. That's fouled out. It's gonna cook, just like we talked about earlier. It looked fair after it was fair. It went over third base in fair territory, but right-handers hook it and lefties slice it. Would have been dangerous though. Kemple likes the changeup as her go-to pitch. Down the line, just foul. Just foul. It took 2 bounces on the inside of the line, which is fair, and then the third bounce landed outside of the line beyond third base. So the umpire has to judge when the ball went over third base and you took the third base vertically up in the sky, would it have hit that post or would it have gone left? And the umpire judged, no, it didn't fly over the base. It was left of the base. Ball 4. It was an excellent at bat by Kerber. Got behind on Kemple and waited her out. Katie Slater grounded out to second base to lead off the third inning. She's got that crouch stance. Smart steal takes note of the double play. So now with first base open, you don't want to give the hitter a real juicy pitch. Kind of nibble on the corners, and if she walks, well, that gives you a force out at every base versus a tag play, which it is right now. And a possible double play. Change up. That's going to get through the hole. No, Volk backsands it, but makes the throw to second. We're going to have a rundown now. Instead of going to first, Volk decided to get the run closer to the plate, and she's going to tag her out right now. Now she's got maybe another out. As Slater was about a third of the way to second base, kind of wanting to take that base if Haley Kemke had, or Ellie Kerber had enabled herself to escape that rundown. Volk went to her backhand and stood up as though she was going to throw to first, which everybody in the ballpark expected, except Ellie Kerber. And that decoy had Kerber come off the base quicker, and Volk decided to get the runner who was the lead runner at the time. In the meantime, Annie Davidson has scored and put Carroll College ahead by a score of 4-3. It doesn't take much. Change up. Brewer did the smart thing on a change up that you know is coming. A lot of players, like a swing is a load and a launch. You load back like someone throwing a haymaker punch, and then you launch forward with your bat. A lot of people see a changeup and they get tricked and they go load and then they pause and then they launch. So you lost what you gained out of the load on her swing. And there's a beauty. Another base hit, placed perfectly into right field. That will send Slater into third base. And on the throw to third, Brewer was able to take second base. So with 2 out here, and the game neck and neck, Carroll College has put 4 runs across here and have taken a 4-3 lead, but they can crack this thing open with a base hit here from their number 2 hitter, and that's Jessica Nemo. Nemo with a crouch stance. Oh, that ball's hit well. It's say goodbye into the trees. She was all over that for a 3-run homer. 6-run inning, and the score is now 6. It was 3-0 for UBC. Start of the inning, and now it's double that. It's 6-3, 7-3. Oh yeah, they had a 3-run homer. Sure. Last time I checked, 4 + 3 is 7, so it's 7-0 on the bomb by Nemo. 7-3 is the score. That ball only started going down when it was just about hitting the warning track. It landed in the top of one of the trees behind the fence. So UBC, in reaction to that, is going to make a pitching change, and the game 1 starter and winner, Shea Sever, who only allowed 2 hits all game, I believe, will take over in this game. Because really, it's only halfway through. Softball is a 7-inning game, but UBC has batted only 3 times, so they have 4 at-bats. So the idea of them scoring enough to tie it again is definitely possible. So they want to sort of put the fire out here and then come back and maybe chip away for 1 or 2 runs and another 1 or 2 runs next inning. At the plate is Alyssa Libbert. Alyssa flew out to center field the first time up. Second time up, she scored Carroll College's first run of the game when she walked and wound up rounding the bases. Ooh, that looked like her pitch there, because Libbert and the T-Birds Volk have a similar stance. Libbert's is more wide open, Volk's is more straight up, but they both stand with their left foot honestly over the chalk line. But the chalk line's been wiped away by all the action. When you do that, what you're hoping the catcher will do will be call a fastball. And that's how you identify a first ball fastball hitter. She did get a fastball the first pitch, but it was outside. It just wasn't her strike. Tailing fastball, just tailed a little bit too far inside, making it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Really good pitch with 0 and 2. You kind of back her off the plate too, put a little bit of a, not going to say fear, but apprehension on the next pitch. Is it going to come at me again? Outside this time. Shea Sever going inside, outside. Trying to leave the score alone. Carroll College just scored a touchdown this inning. 7 runs after being shut out for all 7 runs in the first game and the first 3 in this game, and they played 7 altogether. Four runs given up by Lindsay Bell, 3 by Shelby Kemple. And now on the bump is Shay Severs. See if she can stop this uprising. Oh, another ball's hit deep to left field, and this one might be as well. It is off the fence. It's just shy of the home run. Levert trots into second base. She kind of thought she had a home run herself, but it doesn't matter whether she's on second or third, not when there's 2 outs. She's in scoring position, so it didn't really hurt herself. Yeah, half of them were. Line shot. Here comes another run, maybe. Oh no, they're holding her up. Okay, so had Libert gone super hard off of that ball she thought was out, that line drive by Caitlin Ayers would have scored her. What a shot. And that brings up Kirsten Norris.
You can do this, Shay. One more.
Carroll College has gone through the lineup once, and 3 of their hitters have now batted a second time in the same inning. We're in the 4th. If you're keeping score, you've had to move your pencil or pen over to the 5th inning. You'll remember what you did, though. High, check swing, and it is a ball.
You got this, Shay.
Runners on first and third. UBC's catcher Dorval has to tell the infield what they're going to do on a steal. Change up, strike called, making the count 1-1. With 2 outs, once the hitter gets behind in the count, that's a time when a lot of coaches will have the runner on first try to steal second and then stop and hopefully get in a rundown, and then the runner on third, as long as she touches home before the runner's tagged out, the runner count. That would be called a pulled foul ball to an amazing degree. She was really expecting that pitch, and she just got too anxious. Had she hit that ball fair, the ball would be landing about now, well over the fence. She crushed that. Kirsten Norris up with runners on first and third. Pop up, it's going to be out of play. Good battle here going on between these two. It's doing the trick anyway. Oh, a changeup gets her, and Sever puts out the fire. In the 4th inning, the Carroll College Fighting Saints scored 7 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits and leaves 2 runners on. So going into the inning, they were down 3-0. Leaving the inning, it is now 7-3. And again, they were shut out the first game for 7 innings, shut out this game for 3 innings by Lindsay Bell, and just exploded. So UBC's got, they just need to remind themselves the game's not even half over yet. We still have 4 at-bats out of our 7. We've only used 3 so far. Let's score a run an inning. That'll tie it. Let's score maybe 2 one of those innings, and we'll win it. Just chip away. If you come up thinking you gotta score 4 runs in an inning, it's like going on a diet and say I gotta lose 100 pounds. Just lose a few pounds at a time. Okay, here comes UBC. They said enough of that. We got to start catching up. Caitlin Bradley C will be the leadoff hitter. She grounded with the 3rd last time out. In her arsenal is one of those slapper swings where she starts literally walking / running towards first base and makes contact as her feet are almost out of the box already to give her a jump. Third baseman therefore has to play way in. And there's when she pulls to second. This is still going to be a close play. And there you go. When the defense knows that you're that kind of a hitter, they know they've got to hurry the throw. That looked like a routine ground ball to the second baseman, Ellie Kerber, but knowing she had to hurry because of the burst out of the box, she dropped that ball, and as soon as you drop a ball and a hitter like that, it's too late. So we go to the top of the order now, in the bottom of the 4th. This is Mia Volk. Volk has a triple and a single so far today. Oh, and there's a shot to deep center field. Oh, almost caught. What an attempt by Jessica Nima. I think it went off her glove. CBC scores on the long drive by Volk, and Volk finds herself on second base for the 2nd time today. Well, there's the start of it chipping away.
Your turn.
There's a blooper. Volk is not going to tag, but it is dropped. It is dropped. Volk read the play and decided not to tag up. The center fielder dove for the ball, that being Jessica Nemo, and it hit her glove. So had she been able to hold on to that, Volk would have been easily doubled up for not tagging up. But in her idea, it was, no, that ball's going to fall one way or the other, and UBC finds itself just 2 runs behind now. Bradley C and Volk has scored so far. Also, I called Volk's first hit a double. It was a triple, so she's 1 hit shy of this cycle. It's got a triple, double, and a single. Nordquist will be given credit for a double. That will not be recorded as an error. Yes, it hit the player's glove, but Nemo made a tremendous play just to get to that ball. And the very play just before that, she had gone the exact opposite part of the ballpark, right where the USA flag is flying, where Volk hit that liner. So she had to be a bit tired too. But she rode in, laid out like a great player does, and just came so close to making a fantastic catch. Davidson, the catcher, keeps Volk in check at second base. She was worried that maybe she's looking at, or yeah, it's no, sorry, it's ball squirts through, and that's another run for UBC. Hannah Hansen. Let me give her a single on that. I think it was kind of a high hop, so they might call it an error, but I've got my pen and paper, so I'm going to go that direction. Nordquist was there on second and wound up scoring. Yeah, when the catcher threw down, she was checking on Nordquist at second base because she was dancing around distracting people. Takes Shea Sever a changeup strike, the first pitch. Hansen on second. UBC quickly has narrowed the lead from 7-4, or 7-3, excuse me, at the start of this bottom half. It's already 7-6, and still nobody is out. That's Hannah Hansen you see on first. It's a high fly ball. Should be caught. In comes the left fielder for Carroll College, Kirsten Norris, and nobody advances. So Sever, for the first time, does not reach base. Caitlin Kim has reached base both of her times up with a walk and then on a fielder's choice. The fielder's choice was actually a sacrifice bunt, but she hustled down first, and they went for Sever, sliding into third base instead. Kim's one of those players that watches every pitch of the catcher's mitt. Fantastic habit for young players. Get your eyes trained to either watch the ball right into your bat, or if you don't swing, watch the ball into the catcher's mitt. One out, Hansen on first. T-Birds have scored 3. Double K is at the plate. Good swing and a miss. Great bat speed. Caught by the catcher, but no. That is definitely not an out. It hit the backstop first. And when I call her KK, I don't mean the scoring vernacular like she did a strikeout and a strikeout. It's because her name is Caitlin Kim. Change up just below the knees. Brings the count to 3-2. Probably you'll see Hansen, excuse me, who's on first? It's Hansen. You want to see her steal? It's a walk now. She throws down to second base because Hansen looked like she might have been considering taking third. Good idea to put that thought in the catcher's mind. Left-handed hitting Gabby Dorvell. Flew out to left field the first time up. Struck out on a changeup on her second time up in the third inning, and here she is with a chance to tie the game up as Hannah Hansen is in scoring position. Gabby watches it in for a ball. Oh, there's a shot to left field. That's going to be hit too hard to get an RBI. I know that sounds strange, but had she hit a typical one hopper to left fielder, Hansen would have scored easily, but that was a shot coming off the bat of Abby Gorvell, and no chance was Jen McKellar going to take on that, as tempting as it would have been to tie the score. So Gorvell singles herself to first base on a liner to left field. Kim advances to second, and now Hannah Hansen is on third base, Double H. Looks like the Fighting Saints are going to make a pitching change now. So Kennedy Venner, leading into this inning, had given up 3 runs over 3 innings. Now the 3 runners on the bases are all her responsibility, it's called in baseball vernacular, that if they score, even though this pitcher's on the mound, those runs will be tacked up against the pitcher that allowed them to reach base in the first place. So we won't have numbers on her until this inning's over. See if those other 3 can get home. Left-hander comes to the mound now for Carroll. And she is number 8. Those ponytails get in the way. We have their lineup cards here. I've got number 8 as Katie Slater. So she was in the lineup, Katie Slater, wearing number 8. Well, there you go. All right, so the substitute off the bench will take Katie Slater's place in center field, and Katie Slater comes in from center field to become the pitcher. I think the pitcher is number 8. just on the outside corner. Ah, I see. The numbers are close together. So it's a 1-3. I thought the 1-3 were all one thing and it was an 8. But our astute technician, Paula, has corrected it. It's number 13. And her name is Abby. They don't have a 13 on their roster. Abby Emmond. Okay. She's listed as 16 on the roster. Emmond is number 13.
Who's the pitcher?
So it's Abby Emmond, number 13, even though on the roster she's number 16. Now we have a double A in the game. We got double K, double H, double A. Let's look down the lineup and see if we got any more of those. I don't think so. Yes, we do. Shea Sever, we got a double S. Hard strike. The men's bread and butter seems to be your fastball. All right, now I found my reason. That ponytail was going right down between the 1 and the 3, so I don't feel as bad for getting it wrong. They should have a maximum length of hair. And I'm just joking, of course. Ball 4. That ties the game up for UBC, with Arsh Bajwa having some patience at the plate, chalking up an easy RBI with a walk, and Hannah Hansen comes home. And we're tied 7-7. What a seesaw battle we've got going on here today. Caitlin Eng is at the plate now. Bases loaded for the T-Birds. There's one out. Almost putting the ball in play anywhere will score you a run here. Fly ball will be a sac fly. A ground ball will probably go to another base. What you don't want to do is hit a hard grounder to the second baseman or the shortstop, because that could be a double play, erasing everybody. But baseball isn't like, or softball isn't like golf. You can't aim your hit. You just want to hit the ball hard somewhere. And hopefully not, in this case, up the middle to the fielders. Change up. Drops in for a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. For the second time today, the T-Birds have the bases loaded with a runner coming to the plate with 2 outs. A lot of pressure on CBC. Caitlin Bradley T is up at the plate. Watches a high fastball go by for ball 1. She's not the kind of player that looks for a walk. But in this case, she'll take it. We'll score a run. Put the team ahead. Ground ball into the hole, and it's through. UBC goes ahead, and here comes the second runner home. Sliding in is Gabby Dorval. And UBC chalks up another couple of runs. Caitlin Kim and Gabby Dorval come across. 9-7 for UBC. What a fourth inning it was. After 3, UBC had a 3-0 lead. In the top of the 4th, Carroll College scored 7 runs, taking a 7-3 lead. And now, in the bottom of the 4th, UBC has scored 7. Back to the top of the order, Mia Volk. Ooh. Abby Amen got away with one there. The changeup was a great idea to slow things down, but I'm sure she did not want to leave it belt high for Volk. As a matter of fact, the bench before the pitch was reinforcing that to their pitcher. Don't throw it high. Keep it down. Keep it down. Another strike called on Volk. That makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third. And the inning is over as Alyssa Libbert tosses over to Caitlin Ayers to end the inning. However, the T-Birds, I said you didn't need them to get them all back in one inning. Well, they only didn't tie the score with 4 runs. They actually played at 7 runs. So UBC scores 7 on 3 hits, 4 hits, and 7 runs, 4 hits, and leaves 3 on base. So is Carroll going to come back and answer this one? What a tennis match. 3-0 after 3, 7-3 after the top of the 4th, and now 10-7 for UBC. Now there's 9 on the board. Is that 9 runs? Or what's it's 9-7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For that team? So Kerber's is the second baseman, or she's not? Yeah, but is she 74? No, 29. Oh, okay, all right, thank you. Here we go to the 5th inning. Got a seesaw battle here going on. That's a foul ball. It's going to go over the fence. No play to be made on that. Oh, it came back in. Nice job. Oh, it hit the netting. Okay, I was going to say, the ball does tend to come back to the field, but I didn't think it would come back that drastically, but the 10th above us prevented us from seeing where it actually hit the apex. Okay, 1 strike on the batter. This is Annie Davidson. Watches a high strike go by. Change up. Kempa really has good decision on that. You know, it's slower, but the other Sever, but it's slower than the fastball. It's the whole point of a changeup. But she really has an excellent delivery. It really mimics her fastball delivery, so the hitter really can't look for little signals that maybe this is a soft pitch. Annie Davidson lengthening her at bat. When you get on base and start a rally again. Inside and low, making the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One more, Shay.
Shay Seaver was the winning pitcher. She threw a complete game in game 1 this morning. Lindsay Bell threw 3 scoreless innings to start this game on, and then they put a big rally together for 7 runs. Strike 3 on the hitter. And Sever now is back in this game, hoping her team can hold the lead, give her a second win in the same day. Haley Kemka, she's popped out to second and grounded to third so far today. Popped up, and that's not going to come back. Just over the backstop. This is game 2. The first game, UBC won 2-0. Yeah, and this one's been seesaw. The UBC had a 3-0 lead. Top of the 4th, they scored 7 to go 7-3, and then UBC scored 7 and made it 10-7. Yeah, it's like a football game.
I'm glad you got it into there. I was here this morning.
Swing and a miss. Oh, boy, that was a great cut by Haley Kemka. The ball was kind of up, almost at her shoulders, and she adjusted her swing mechanics to keep the bat high and level. And when she made contact, that bat was right on plane. If she had got a hold of that one, oh boy, that would have been long out of the ballpark. And now the umpire has something to say to her. Was that a ball 4? So Davidson struck out to lead the inning. The umpire seemed to be questioning if... Oh, that was a tick, though. The what? Yeah. Yeah, she foul ticked that thing to the screen, so on a swing foul tick, you certainly don't go to first base. High ball to this batter with a high strike zone, one of the taller players in today's game. And another strikeout thanks to the excellent changeup delivered by Shea Sever. 2 outs and nobody on. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. It looks like it's number 4. And number 4 is Kenna Thomas.
Let's go, Kenny!
Did you get that? Number 4? Kenna Thomas. Shea Seaver is from the Hood. Hometown is Richmond, BC, an extension of Vancouver. She went to McRoberts Secondary School, and she studies kinesiology in her 2nd year now at UBC. Having a big year, more than 10 wins. Starts off pinch hitter Kenna Thomas with a strike 1. Or a ball 1, she didn't swing it down. There's a strike. Kenna Thomas showing some patience, and also doesn't want to see with a quick pitcher either, so she'll ask the umpire for time when she's getting into the box. Just making sure that Seaver's not going to catch her off guard. Long bat for a softball player. Doesn't chase and draws the walk. Katie Slater at the plate. She batted after Kerber, but then Kenneth Thomas pinch hit. There's a bunt that's going to go foul. It's a good idea as a person that bunts. Don't, even though off your bat you might feel it's foul, just take off and don't watch the ball. Don't be the umpire, because sometimes that ball will have spin like a pool cue and will find itself back across the line and you'll be sorry. You do the hitting and the bunting and let the umpire do the umpiring. 1 ball, 1 strike. What do we got? 1 ball, 1 strike. No balls, 2 strikes. That's the count. She won't be bunting anymore. Nice swing, back right to the screen. She had that ball timed very well. Good level swing. Again by Katie Slater. Her right front, her front foot just steps out a bit towards first base instead of towards the catcher. So she's hitting the ball off the end of her bat. That's why it's not going anywhere. It's fouling off. If she steps towards the pitcher and gets that sweet spot, she's going to rip one up the middle. The purple, black, and white trying to get a run across here in the 5th inning. They put 7 across in the inning before this. That was the 4th inning. And with 2 out, they have a runner on first. That and Kenneth Thomas. Katie Slater pops it up. It should be able to play. No harm there. Oh, and 2 strikes. Not been 1 ball yet in this 5-pitch at bat. There's the ball. Good idea. She'd been kind of going inside and at the knee, so she went outside. Good idea to change the plane. You don't want the hitter getting used to anything. Slater in the crouch. And she went for it. And she is out. She's not entitled to run to first on that because first base was occupied. She's out, isn't she? She's not entitled to run to first base. First base was occupied. Oh, is there 2? My bad. I thought there was 1. Sorry. Check swing. Did she go? No, she didn't. So Slater gets herself to first base on the strikeout. That advances Kenneth Thomas to second. And suddenly the tying run is at the plate for the visitors. This is Amber Brewer. Brewer has lined out her first time up to center field, flew out to center field her second time up, and had a line drive single to right field her 3rd time up. So she's having a pretty good, those are all quality at bats. It's a 1 for 3, but those are all quality at bats. Good swing there, out of play. Don't forget, we have a 3rd game coming up after this. Due to the schedules and the rain and the projection for rain tomorrow, the 4th game is going to be played tomorrow morning, but they're trying a triple dip today while the weather is more promising. It's cold here. Next game is going to be colder because it's still 2:45 now. Yeah, it'll be a little bit chillier next game. Shea Sever on the mound. She struck out the first 2 batters this inning. Actually has a 3rd strikeout, but it wasn't caught by the catcher. So Katie Slater zipped down to first base. And here's a walk by Amber Brewer, continuing her fine day offensively. So that puts Kenna Thomas at 3rd and Katie Slater at 2nd. And up to the plate, oh boy, Jessica Nemo. I said oh boy because she hammered a 3-run homer her last time up. Jessica Nemo, number 11. She hit a first pitch fastball up at the letters. She was anticipating it and she got every bit of it. Let's see if we're going to give her a fastball this time. Yes, we did. Another really hard hit. Could have stepped on third and made it easy, but we didn't go that way. With runners on first and second, Volk had the option, or Norquist had the option of stepping on third. But she's got a strong arm. She chose to make the traditional play, but it just wasn't secured over at first base. A deep fly ball. Better get back, Arsh, and she does. That ends it. What a rally. Oh, what's going on? It's really warm over here. It's freezing over there. That's not fair. Come on. What do you guys have for the official score? On the board, 9-8? Okay. I was saying that we scored 7 that inning, but we only scored 6, obviously. Because we had 3. It was 3-0. They got 7. And then I thought we got 7, but we got 6. Okay, I better be correct on that. Okay, thank you very much. What do you say, sir? Not too bad. It's going at a pretty good pace. So we just went and checked. Different variations of the score, and with the official score, the score is actually 9-8 right now. We've been saying 10, but UBC only scored 6 runs in that 4th inning. So therefore, as we begin the bottom of the 5th, UBC has a 1-run lead on the Fighting Saints from Carroll College. Left-hander Abby Amend is on the mound in relief of Kennedy Venner. She's got a big glove. She could go into a tomato field and bring a dozen home in that thing. Be a good hockey goalie glove. At the plate for the UBC T-Birds is Keona Nordquist, the 2-hitter in our lineup. And she watches ball 4 go by. Hansen walked and scored in the 1st inning, struck out her next time up, and then singled and scored in the 4th run rally. You get ambers for the left-handers fastball. Wild pitch will advance Keona Nordquist to second base. Even though Hansen is the 3-hitter in the lineup, you never know on softball. They may bunt to the third, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do. No, she pulled back. I don't think it was a fake bunt. I think she pulled back because it was an outside low pitch. Paula Redar's the left-hander. She throws 59, 60 miles an hour. It's about the same speed as most of the pitchers today. Feels faster when it starts to get cold like this. And also being a left-hander, which is rare. She got quite a quirky lineup, so she's kind of one of those pitchers you'd call sneaky fast. This is seniors weekend here at Collings Field at Nobel Park. They are going to recognize the UBC's 4 seniors. Now I think they're going to do that tomorrow. Does anyone have a final decision on that? If anything, it's either going to be tomorrow, or obviously it would have to be between games 2 and 3 here tonight. They gave them a recognition a couple of weeks ago, but Mother Nature didn't cooperate. And I think they wanted to just kind of finish things off on that note today. Hansen draws a walk. What's that?
4 is now in at second base and 29 at the
Oh, thank you.
Oh, he thinks we're scorekeeping.
I think so, yeah. Volk dancing around on second. She's going to draw the throw on purpose, see if they can make the play, and they can. It gets by the third baseman. And I said Volk, of course, but that's Nordquist, and Nordquist really pulled them into that play. That's the thing with being aggressive on the bases. She purposely danced a little bit and just teased that catcher into throwing down to second base, and as soon as she let go of the throw, Nordquist knew she had a really good chance of getting third. And then the second baseman had to hurry with the throw at the third baseman, the ball went off of her glove, and Nordquist just basically stole a run for UBC. Heck of a job. Now UBC has 10 double figures. And that's going to advance another runner. And there may be a single here. Boy, what a backup by second baseman, Kenna Thomas. It looked like the pitcher, Abby Amend, was going to field that ball, but it kind of just rolled under her glove. But the second baseman was there prepared to get that, and she just whipped it up and got the out. Number 3, Caitlin Kim comes to the plate. She's reached base all 3 times she's hit today. Sharp shot down the first base line. No balls, 2 strikes on Caitlin Kim here for UBC. Trying to put the ball in play and give UBC another run, and that was strike 3 watch down. That was a case of Caitlin guessing. You don't really want to be guessing the pitch when you have 2 strikes, not if your guess is a fastball. If you think something slower is going to come in because of the rhythm of the pitcher and what she's done with you before, et cetera, you still have to always prepare for the fastball because you can adjust for a slower plan B, but it's really tough to expect something slow and then catch up to it when it's fast. And KK would be the first one to tell you that. She's really developing into a great hitter. This is the only way you get great. You have to learn these things. Goes back to the fastball for strike 2 on Gabby Dorval. Amend has some rhythm going on right now. It's kind of time you want to step out of the batter's box, pretend there's a fly bothering you, tie your shoe, do something to break the rhythm, or else she'll do that to you. Good job, Abby Amend. Got out of the jam there, only allowing 1 run. UBC increases their lead now to 10-8, scoring 1 run this inning on no hits, a couple of walks, a couple of stolen bases, and they were stolen by Caitlin Nordquist, who did a tremendous job on the base running right there. Had the throw from the second baseman to the third baseman had been accurate, Nordquist was out easily. But just the pressure, her running towards the third baseman, the ball coming towards her. Nordquist's uniform is white, just like the ball, and it gets confusing over there, and it just scooted by the third baseman, allowing Caitlin to score. Exciting play.
I can't hear too much. Take your thing off though.
Yeah.
Because it works. 300 feet. Come on. Okay, here we are in the top of the 6th inning. And it's going to be Caitlin Ayers leading things off for the Fighting Saints. Shea Sever in the circle. Olivia Molesky behind the plate. Mia Volks over at first base. Karen Norquist at shortstop. Gabby Dorval at third, and it's Caitlin Kim over there at second base. Aisleen Bajwa in left field. Caitlin Bradley C. Center field. Yeah, right field is the senior, Hannah Hansen. It's an 0-2 count. Pitch is high. It's 1-2. Once again, top of 6. T-Birds protecting a 2-run lead. Count is even at 2. Fouled away. Pitch is high. Now have a full count. Chase Ever in the circle. Caitlin Ayers at the plate. Full count. Carroll Northwest throws to 1. And it is in time. Kristen Norris at the plate now for the Saints. Popped up, foul territory, and Gabby Dorval with the play. Pitch is just a bit high. So it's a 1-1 count. And we have 2 outs. Top of 6. Popped up. And that'll do it. I believe that is Carroll Northwest with the catch out there.
Right, Thomas? Thomas, is this right, like this?
Yep, just make sure the lights are on. Yep, all good. Who do you have as the pitcher?
That left-hander is, it's confusing because she's wearing number 13, but she's number 16 on the lineup card. Abby Amend. Abby Amend, number 16.
I did have the right pitcher.
Yeah.
Because she's actually wearing a number 13 jersey.
Right, exactly.
Actually, Bajo's on board.
Okay, great start for UBC. Nobody out. Irish Bourgeois singles to give the T-Birds a runner on first base to start off. T-Birds are up by 2. They're looking for some assurance runs because Carroll is a team that does not have quit in their vocabulary. Batting for Gabby Dorval. They're batting for Caitlin Ng. No, I know her. I'm just trying to get who she's batting for. If CBC is on deck. Looks like it's Caitlin Ng, but it's 8 on, so 8. Oh, that's why, because I put this up here. Okay. So Bourgeois. Let me get her single in the right place. So our single. Batting for Caitlin Ng is number 7, Olivia Olescu. Ooh, boy, what an adjustment in the middle of a swing. You only have a half a second between when that ball leaves the pitcher's hand, and you have to, during that half second, decide whether or not to swing it and execute it. Olivia got fooled on the changeup. A lot of weight went forward, but she held her hands back and then still, with her arms only, got a chance to keep herself out bat. So Molesky will now take over first on the fielder's choice. Caitlin Bradley-T is trying a bunt. Anybody to get on, get something shaking here for UBC. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Got those fancy feet dancing. You don't know if she's going to run to first or stay back and keep her weight behind the ball, or just plunk it over to left field somewhere. And there's an error, and this is going to be a couple of bases. It might even score a run because I don't think the right fielder was backing up. No, she wasn't. Here comes the play at the plate. Olivia Molesky is caught out at home. I'm surprised how quickly they got that ball in. It was a heck of a throw because I don't think the right fielder was covering the throw, and then she hustled over and got it. So what do we have on that? That adds up to this.
What exactly just happened? It's still 10.
So it's an error on the pitcher, an E1, because the pitcher threw it through the first baseman's wickets on a one-hopper, and then that enabled Molesky to get around and then try to score because she thought she had enough time to swipe 2 bases, but then they nailed her at the plate with a good comeback on the play. Brings Volk back up. Volk 3 for 4 so far in this game. Tough decision for CBC on that. She's a third base runner, and there's 2 outs. So it's okay to take a chance with 2 outs. But Volk's having a good day at the plate. She's got a single, a double, and a triple. So she's going to let it try to be hit in. Outside corner, Stevie Reich. Two bases are free, so this lefty is going to dance with Volk a little bit here. I'll tell you what she's doing. She's going to set Volk up. Whatever she does here, she's going to do the opposite next pitch. So she went with the changeup outside. That means she was going to come fastball inside, but it worked. Volk grounds out, pitcher to first. And on we go to the top of the 7th inning. UBC has held off the scoreboard that inning despite having a hit. And we enter the top of the 7th inning. Shea Sever will remain the pitcher for UBC. Molesky's behind the plate. Left-handed catcher. You don't see many of those, but she does a great job. She's got a great arm, too. Sometimes she's got such a strong arm, she can throw from her knees. She doesn't have to get up and take that step. That's not easy to do. And leading off for Carroll, who needs 2 runs to tie, 3 to go ahead, is going to be number 28, who is a pinch hitter, I believe, because I don't see a 28 on the roster. So let's look that up. Well, you know it's cold here in Canada when you're trying to minimize your phone screen, and it won't because your hands don't have any warmth in them anymore. So we'll find out who number 28 is. Ball one high. Haley Curry is the leadoff hitter. Hop up to the shortstop. Third base is now calling it. And Gabby Dorvell pockets that one for 1 out. So Curry makes the first out. 2 more chances for Carroll, sending up to the plate. Number 4, that's Kenna Thomas, who batted earlier and reached base and scored. I like the fact that Seaver's going right after them. No dancer. You've got a 2-run lead. Throw strikes. If they're going to catch up, make them hit to catch up. Don't walk anybody. Don't give them anything free because that brings the tying run to the plate. Just low. Kenna Thomas, swing and a miss on a fastball. Makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Normally here you might want to set the hitter up and throw something slow, but I think in the night getting cool here, or the late afternoon getting cool, she was behind that fastball. I'd come right back with the heat again. And she does, and that's strike 3. So Thomas gets punched out for the second out of the inning. I wonder if Katie Slater wears 8 so she could be Katie Slater 8er. And there's strike 1. Fouls it into the umpire. Good time always. Molesky takes her time throwing the ball back to the pitcher, talks to the bench a little bit. What she's doing is giving the umpire time to sort of shake off that one right off the mask. Very courteous thing to do. And the umpires do the same thing to the catchers. They always go sweep off the plate or figure something to do to let them get their act back together. Katie Slater, big day so far, scored a run. Chokes up in the bat, crouches in her swing. Now her hands are separated. She might be thinking bunt right here, actually. Popped up. Molesky gets over, should be caught, and that should be the ball game. Maybe you should. Well, that ends the ball game. Final score: UBC 10 and Carroll College 7, and it got there in the most 8 runs. It got there in the most unusual way. UBC, who won 2-0 the first game, scored 3 runs over the first. They scored 2 in the first. Volk tripled, and Keona Nordquist walked, and both of those two ended up scoring to put 2 across. Shea Sever doubled to lead off the 3rd inning, and came in to make it 3-0 for UBC. It looked like another quiet offensive game in the midst. And in the 4th inning, after scoring no runs for 7 innings in the first game, and the first 3 of the second game, Carroll exploded and plated 7 runs in the top of the 4th inning, taking a 7-3 lead. And here comes UBC, and they decide to put 6 up on the board and retake the lead, 10-7. And the Fighting Saints were able to chalk 1 up, but not enough to tie the score or take the lead. So final score of Game 2. Game 3 is ahead at it'll start in about 30 minutes from now. And UBC has won the first 2 games today, 2-0 in Game 1, 10-8 in Game 2. It feels like it's only about 3 o'clock, but it feels like it's getting about 6 o'clock as the cool is coming over us. So the players will probably throw some sleeves on. We'll patch up the infield, the beautiful infield here at Collings Field at Nobel Park. So stick with us. Go and get a sweater on yourself, have some dinner, and we'll see you in about 30 minutes. Thomas, you got any wrap up on this?
Oh, just for those that are watching on YouTube, you'll probably have to make sure you click on Game 3 link. And those that are watching through the website, well, of course, you don't have to change links because that one link will work for all games. Anyways, thanks for watching.